All right. So my number five in top five now, Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
I love Red Dead Redemption. The western part of the story. I mean, it's just amazing. Riding your horse, being a cowboy, and it was like different. I expected that I was going to be a cowboy. I was going to be robbing things, kind of like Red Dead Redemption 2.
Hmm.
But in Red Dead Redemption 1, it was towards the end of the cowboy era. It was at the end of the cowboy era where all these outlaws and everything like that, they were going ahead and being killed or captured.
Hmm.
So with Red Dead Redemption, it's like you're forced to hunt down your old crew, your old band of outlaws.
Hmm.
You're forced to do that as the West is finally being tamed and the old West is dying.
Hmm.
And it was amazing. The ending was shocking. It was a shocking ending. If you haven't played Red Dead, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but it was a shocking ending. But it was so great how the story was, and then the DLC. I have still never played a zombie game like Red Dead Redemption 2's Undead Nightmare. Undead Nightmare is ridiculously fun, okay? You're just a cowboy going through with fucking zombies just everywhere in the freaking West, looking like they drunk as hell some of the times. And you have to get like you're going through. You're also getting like the four horses of the apocalypse and shit like that.
See,
Undead Nightmare. Oh my god.
like that was back when like you could do crazy shit in games and just make
Yeah.
it fun, and nobody gave a shit because it was just fun.
All right.
All right, my number 5 might come as a shocker.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Kingdom Hearts 2.
I
All right.
I think a lot of people would think that would be higher up on the list. But my top 4 are fucking legendary. But Kingdom Hearts 2 was just phenomenal, start to finish. The first time you see the dual wielding Keyblade, the Valor form, that was it. That was it. The story, all the Disney characters, the Final Fantasy characters, the gameplay was fun, the progression, the final boss fight with fucking Xemnas. Oh my god, the what do you call it? The Star Wars scene.
Yeah. Yes.
It was just it was so good from start. The Sephiroth fight. Oh my god. Oh, so good. I like the Sephiroth fight in Kingdom Hearts 1 more. But Kingdom Hearts 2 Sephiroth was still pretty fucking great.
Kingdom Hearts. I remember because I came late to the game, the Kingdom Hearts, and you gave me your package, the Kingdom Hearts 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
Gave me that, and I was like, all right, I'll try it. Whatever, I'll try it. I wasn't really gonna. I really wasn't interested in it, and then I was like, I'll try it. The second I booted up the game and heard "Dearly Beloved," I was hooked.
Mm-hmm.
The second I heard that instrumental, I was hooked. And I don't know if you remember, but that instrumental was playing at my wedding.
I do remember.
Yep. So that
And can I say, Kingdom Hearts has dropped 2 of the greatest bangers in history.
most definitely. Oh my god, Utada Hikaru's freaking Sanctuary, simple and clean. Oh my goodness. But and even though people have a less than ideal opinion of Kingdom Hearts 3, the 2 songs she dropped from that game were still awesome and still hit you. Like I the score for Kingdom Hearts is just amazing through and through.
Very true. Very true.
All right, so we're at number 4.
Yes.
Number 4, Fallout 3.
Good choice. Good choice.
Oh yeah, I love Fallout 3. I beat that game, and I counted. I counted too. Every time I beat the game, I counted. I beat that game 20 times. I beat that game an actual 20 times. I don't know. I can't pinpoint why every time, like, it just seemed like every time was a different experience. Same game, different experience. I don't know why. Toward at the fifth time, I finally did everything, and yet I came back and it still felt like it was a different experience. I don't know. I like the simplicity of the gameplay, the story, which was okay. It was, but it wasn't really about the story too much in Fallout. It was about the building of the world.
Right. I was gonna say Fallout is one of those games where it's like the adventure makes up for. I don't want to say lack of story, because the story in Fallout was good, and Fallout 3 was good.
Right.
But what makes it that much better is the interactions you have with the NPCs, the open world situations that you run into.
I mean, the vaults. I mean, finding out what they did. Jeez, man. Oh man, but everything is about Fallout 3. Even the DLC, where it had just a different type of feeling in each one. Like the pit was scary. The pit was fucking scary. And then you had the Mothership Zeta with the aliens. Fallout 3, one of my favorite games ever.
Yeah.
And that is my number 4.
Oh man, Death Claws. That's all I gotta say about that.
Oh, Death Claws.
All right, my number 4 is like a very under the radar game, but it is absolutely fucking legendary, and it's even got legend in the title, and that is The Legend of Dragoon.
I knew it.
And I cannot express how good this fucking game is. The combat, it's a turn-based RPG, right? But the combat is extremely interactive. If you played it, you know what I'm talking about. You have to time your button presses to finish your combos. And, if you finish out the combo, you do the max amount of damage. And if you don't, it gets cut short and you only do a little bit of damage. The animation effects and the quality of the game for what it was back then was mind-blowing. My little fucking 4-year-old self watched some dude just fucking grow wings and armor and a flame sword on screen right in front of me. It was so fucking good. And my favorite part was when they fight the seven-headed is it a seven-eyed dragon or I can't remember what the seven-something dragon. It was the fucking super god dragon thing. And it was such a good fucking game. Just overall, the story was phenomenal. The character development, the depth of the characters, the tragedy that I won't spoil it if anyone wants to pick this game up, but that game is it's heartbreaking. It's fucking heartbreaking.
Now I didn't get a chance to play Legend of Dragoon, and I think you gave me access to the game for a bit, but it's not that I couldn't get into it. I just think it was just one of those games that is just really old to the point where it's kind of hard for me to get into it. Unless I really have to sit down and concentrate and really get into it. But I will say that I have watched the videos that you posted, where you're playing the game on our channel. And I did like what I was seeing. So for anybody else that wants to see how the game is, go to our channel and check it out. All right, so number 3, Call of Duty World at War.
World at War, really?
World at War, yes sir. World at War, first off, had zombies.
I was gonna say, I think I know why.
So I love Call of Duty 4. I love Call of Duty 4. But to me, Call of Duty World at War was just like top tier Call of Duty.
It was game changing for the franchise in terms of like Nazi zombies coming out.
Yes, definitely. And I mean that carried all the way to Black Ops.
It's still to this day, dude.
Yes. And I mean they're still reinventing it. I mean Cold War Zombies is amazing.
Absolutely.
But anyway, going back to it, World at War Zombies, when you're playing through Shino Numa and What was it? Wasn't Varooks, it was Darius.
Mm-hmm.
My freaking map, yo, I love Darius so much. Darius is still my favorite map. You know, we played World at War a lot. World at War, you know, I played with a lot of my friends, World at War, and we the story was actually really interesting, and it was really cool. Just the story of World at War, I loved it. And the multiplayer World at War, I love the older guns. My gun was the PPSH, always be my favorite Call of Duty gun. I love the PPSH.
Wait. So wait.
Regardless,
Yeah.
campaign was like I said, was amazing. But World at War, Nazi zombies, the hours that we spent, I think I got up to one night it was like level 100 or something like that. Like it was above
bad.
100.
It was bad.
Yeah. But it was so fun.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But yes, that right there is number 3. I only have fond memories of that time playing that game. So that right there is my number 3.
My number 3. These are all going to be the deck is stacked for my top 3. My number 3 is Final Fantasy 14.
Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense.
And I know a lot of people have an issue with A Realm Reborn being too long. To that I say, stop being a bitch. A Realm Reborn set up the next 5 expansions?
Yeah.
4 or 5 expansions?
Mm-hmm.
And each one of them, banger after banger after banger, bro. The story from start to finish, phenomenal. As an MMO, the game is great. The graphics are very nice. They need to be updated. They are updating in 7.0. Let's fucking go. But yo, I can't tell you how many times I just sobbing while playing Final Fantasy 14. The story is just everything in that game. And as you get into the end game, raiding is fun. There's so much to do in that game. It's absolutely phenomenal. If you haven't played it, I 100% recommend trying it. Currently, there's a free trial up to Heaven's Ward, insert meme here, and they are updating it with this next expansion up to Stormblood. So all of the memers in the Final Fantasy 14 community has to update their copy pasta.
Definitely. Final Fantasy 14 is the only MMO I really ever got into, and getting through A Realm Reborn was trying. It was trying. Okay. But once you get to Heaven's Ward, oh my god. Heaven's Ward is my second favorite expansion, and I love Heaven's Ward. Endwalker. Now, Endwalker came out at an emotional time. And with Endwalker, because of that, it resonated with me even more, especially the ending world song.
Oh yeah, Ultima Thule.
Yes. You know, everything about 14 is just an amazing game, and that is a really good pick. Really good pick.
All right, now we're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah. So my number 2 is LA Noire.
Really?
Yes. I am playing LA Noire right now. I'm revisiting it, and it still holds up. I love this game. The detectiveness, just being a detective and actually finding these clues and shit like that. It is like the
press X to doubt.
I love it. I love this game so much, and it was graphically groundbreaking back in the day.
That is true. That is true.
It is crazy how those graphics are. And you know what? That game is only 30 frames per second, but you don't notice it. You do not notice that it's 30 frames per second. It is such a smooth game. The story is amazing. Going through the different departments back in the day, homicide, traffic, arson, all that stuff. It is amazing seeing his journey and seeing the overarching story the world and everything. Now the world's not as interactive as as newer worlds are, but it was back in the day. But for when that game came out, that world was very interactive.
Yeah.
It was it you walk on the street and you hear people talking, you see people having conversations and yada yada yada. The gameplay of that game is just smooth. It's amazing. You're not an invincible guy. You're not invincible. If I get close, if I walk up out of cover and go close to a guy, he shoots me like 3 times with a pistol. I'm done.
Right.
I'm done. It is just an amazing game. I love LA Noire so much, and they need to make a fucking sequel.
I'm surprised that was your like second place pick.
Yeah, but my number 2 is LA Noire, and that right because I just love that game so much. So that's all I have to say about it.
Okay, all right. My number 2, Final Fantasy VIII.
Okay.
Final Fantasy VIII was incredible. I don't even know where to start. The gun blades are so fucking cool, like, and the character depth of every single person you run into, main character wise anyway.
Right.
It's just phenomenal. The progression of the story, I don't even know what to call it. It's not political, but it's like they use these kids as mercenaries. They're teenagers and they're fucking mercenaries. They have schools that they go to become mercenaries, and it's like a big, right. It's a common thing throughout the world. And when the fucking there's a key moment where you discover your school can fly, and all the schools can fly, and then there's a moment where the rival school that you're fighting rolls up on you in their school, and they're invading your school from their school while you're in midair, and there's just this battle just ensuing. And at the time, you gotta remember, this was like 1998.
Right.
When you're interacting with an environment, and there is stuff going on in the background, like actual cutscenes going on in the background while you're running around and doing shit, and being a part of that cutscene that's going on in the back, it was a phenomenal experience. It's a standard turn-based RPG. The limit break system is phenomenal. The junction system's a little confusing at first, but I was a fucking like 5-year-old kid at the time, so it made more sense as I got older. And then the progression of the story, the ending of the game got a little fucking crazy. Everybody knows that. But from start to finish, just phenomenal game. The music, oh my god, the music was phenomenal. And I know I haven't mentioned the music for the other games I've listed, but music is a big thing for me in video games. But my top 2 are the most important ones. And for anyone wondering, that's hold on, wait, let me see if I can contort my arm to get this on camera. Hold on, wait. There we go. Got the Lionheart, the Griever insignia.
Final Fantasy VIII.
Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah. Yep.
That is a game that I do have to play. You have talked about Final Fantasy a lot, and Final Fantasy VIII is definitely one of the ones that you've talked up a lot. And it's a game that I do want to play. They'll probably remake it, but yes, I still want to be able to play it before they pull a whole Final Fantasy VII remake. And
yeah, right. It's not even the actual story.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I think it's time for number 1.
Yep,
my number 1 is Halo 3.
Called it.
So there are times, in a person's life where where something comes into their life and it impacts almost every facet of their life. Halo 3 was that for me. When I moved to Pennsylvania the first time, when I moved to Pennsylvania in the first year, I played video games before, but not too much. I didn't have my own system. You know, I had a PS2 and stuff, but I had to share with my sibling. I didn't have my own system. The Xbox 360 was my first system that I got from my father, and he also got me Halo 3, and he got me the collector's edition. Didn't even ask for the collector's edition. He just got it for me. I popped in Halo 3, and I never played Halo 1 or 2, by the way. Didn't play Halo 2 before. Halo 1 or 2 before. I popped in Halo 3 and I instantly fell in love with it. It was like, what is this game? This is so amazing. Is this what video games are? Oh my goodness. And then you had the live. I didn't play multiplayer before. I always played single player games, so I didn't play multiplayer before. And dude, Halo 3 was multiplayer. Oh my goodness. I had the Hayabusa sword. I went through everything. I got the Hayabusa sword. You know, I wanted the best KD. I had a clan. I had a clan where I joined a clan, and I set out to be the leader of that clan. And I started a mutiny in that clan and got the leader out of the clan, and I became the leader of the clan. Okay, I did some fucking Game of Thrones type shit in Halo 3, bro. But like, it's not only that. It's like with Halo 3, I felt like that is what really brought me closer to my friend group, because to me, Halo 3, I played with you, I played with Kyle, I played with all these people, and then we started really talking and hanging out outside of school and everything like that. I mean, our families kind of knew each other before then. Yeah. But my point is, Halo 3 kind of brought us all together, and it's one of those things where, everywhere I went with my Xbox 360, I always brought Halo 3. I went from Pennsylvania to New York City to my grandmother's house, put that thing in the basement. I played Halo 3. When my cousins wanted to kick me off, I went upstairs to the back porch, put it on that little TV with the whole back and everything like that. I was like, nah, doesn't stop me from playing Halo 3. I had the controller. I went a little bit of overboard and had the Halo 3 haircut.
I remember the haircut, dude. Yeah. I remember it. Shit. Right now, my Discord picture is Halo 3 ODST. Halo 3 will forever and always be my favorite game, not just because of the game, but because of what that game did for my life. Right. I love it. I love it so much. I could sit here, I could talk all day about it. So I'm just gonna say that is my number one. Yep, and I feel the same about my number one. And if my number two didn't tip you off, it's Final Fantasy VII.
I knew that one.
And everything I said about Final Fantasy VIII is the exact same with Final Fantasy VII, but Final Fantasy VII is just tiers above. I can't even put into words how phenomenal of an experience being able to experience the story of Final Fantasy VII is. It's something you have to experience yourself. I'm not talking the remake. I'm not talking watching a YouTube video. Pick up the game on Steam. It's like $12. Sit down, get over yourself with the graphic situation, and enjoy one of the greatest stories of all time. Because it's phenomenal. The Sephiroth is fucking... Cloud and Sephiroth are iconic. People didn't even know about Final Fantasy, but they know Cloud and Sephiroth. It's just like... It defined what gaming should be to me. I hold everything against Final Fantasy VII. Any game that comes out, I hold it to Final Fantasy VII. I'm like, how good is this compared to Final Fantasy VII? And a lot of games don't even come close. That's why, like, I don't even know, games, big games that came out recently, like God of War, I feel like don't even, they're up on the list, right? But like, it's not close, not even close. It's something you can't put into words. It's something you need to experience. The emotional roller coaster that is that game. Up until the very end when you fight Sephiroth, it's so good.
I remember You were talking about that game a lot back in the day.
It took me
And-
years to get you to play this fucking game. Years.
I know, but I saw it was really important to you that I played that game, so I was like, I will try to get through it, and I was surprised how easy it was for me to actually stick with the game. Final Fantasy VII is a really good one. If there's one game that you viewers watching that you should play in this lifetime, it's definitely Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, he and I always go back and forth on the factual best video game ever. And even though there's not necessarily a factual best video game ever, there just can't be. It's all opinion based. All right, but he says Final Fantasy VII, I say Halo 3, and in reality, I mean, there's they don't really equate towards each other anyway. And on the simple fact that they're just video games, they're two completely different video games. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because I love both of those games. I know you love both of those games. You know, and that's the thing. Like those games are just amazing. And I knew Final Fantasy VII was going to be your top.
Yeah, I mean, I've got so much Final Fantasy VII merch in my room. It's crazy. But we got to wrap this up. This is our top 10 list. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Let us know what your favorite games are. And I'm going to do a quick honorable mention real quick. Suikoden series. I know, Raheem, you haven't played that one, but phenomenal JRPG. I highly recommend it. Raheem, do you have any honorable mentions?
Witcher 3. Witcher 3 is my honorable mention. It didn't make my list, but Witcher 3 is an amazing game, and it's a game that I didn't have to play the first two to really get into, to really understand. So, Witcher 3.
Fair enough. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Bye, everyone.